Welcome to another session of Microsoft Excel. In the last session, we learned about how you can add cell borders and fill the cells with colors. Right now, we will be learning about how to format those cells. So, formatting cells is very different. For example, here you are not selecting a whole cell range to format. What you are selecting is certain cells to look in a certain way. So the look and the feel might change. For example, changing the font color, text alignment, adding cell borders, filling colors, using cell styles, and even specific formatting to text and number. Yeah. So let's understand how to do all of these things. So we will go back. And we were working on this cell, right? So for example, if we want to change the font, we will select these cells. And what we can do is we can, let's say, take different fonts. Now, always understand that depending on your requirement, you can use either one font or two fonts in a single document. Nothing more than that. For example, if your this font is Calibri bold, right? Here, what we can do is we can have the same font, let's say name, and we can select this, have it a size lesser, and make it Calibri light, right? So you see, it's not bold then. The font remains the same, it's just that the style have changed. Here we have used bold, we haven't used bold here because this is the content. And here the font style has just we have used the same font but a different style of that same font, right? So always we need to use fonts which will also relate with the document that you are presenting, the data that you are presenting, because this is Excel which is mostly used for work purpose, which is mostly used for analysis purpose. It is always better to use simple font which is applicable, because you might have to portray the same thing or present it or even print that document, right? So you would not want the font style to be something very different. As per your requirement, you can always have a simpler font for Microsoft Excel documents, right? So when you're filling this, let's say you want to select this, right? What you can do is you can go here in the home ribbon button and apply a cell style as well. For example, let me take this style, right? For this one, I can also select a different style as per my requirement. And I can keep on doing the same thing, you know, using colors, which I will be able to customize as well. So what you need to do is, let's say you want to change this, select the cell range, go here to cell style. You can select here as well. You see how it is. So let's say if it's a status, you can give it in this way, or in case of the good, bad, neutral that you want to work on. You can even create a new cell style if it's required, right? So let's say, I want a different kind of a cell style. You can do that as well. So choose cell style which will work for you in a very different way. Most importantly, you will be able to present your your document, your data, and always use lighter colors. Whatever colors you feel, as I was saying in the last session, always choose lighter color. Now, formatting cells, you will actually be able to do it from here itself. For example, I want to create this as a table, right? We select this and you go to format as table, and you can select like this itself. See, this is the way I can select the design. So even like for the cell tables formatting, you can use the kind of conditional formatting you want. If you want a color scale, let's say you want something like this, you will be able to do that. you will be able to fill the document, put the totals, put the charts in a certain way. Use a cell, uh, neutral or good depending on your requirement. See here, there are different titles and headings that you will be able to use. There are different themed sale styles which are there. So it's just that you can customize it as per your requirement, right? Even if it's required aligning it in a different way, you can, let's say you want to align this, right? Or this one. So let me select this four, and I can choose a different set of alignment if I want, right? So I can do that as well. Depending on my requirement, I can just change the cell alignment if I want to. I can change the look and feel of the style if I want to. I can make it, uh, you know, make it like, align the text in the inside the cell. I can apply different colors inside the cell. I can fill it up. I can even decrease the font if I want to font size. I can have font styles for it. Apply borders. Let's say, I want to apply this border. So let's say for this many cells, I can even do a customized border as well, or have no borders for that matter, right? So there is different ways that you can format a style. Again, let's say you select this style and you want to format it. You can also change the row height and the column width as well. So see, we are always have the default row height and row width. So this is, let's say for example, is your default row height and row width. In case you want to format this, what you can do is you can come here, you can change the tab color. Let's say I want to change it to this. So the whole tab color will change. So you see the tab color has changed here. I can format this as, auto fit the column width. So I can also, depending on how much text or how much data I have inserted, I can auto fit the column width as well. I can even customize the column width as much as I want to. Let's say I want to do it a 9.08. This has already increased. So the cell has already increased. If you see that there's a difference between this, even if it's 1% increase, you will still understand that there has been an increase in the cell. So always make sure whenever you are customizing your cells, you're double checking before formatting it. Second of all, keep the formatting always at the last. So not at the beginning and all. Decide the formatting at the last, making sure that you are not misplacing or losing any information there, right? Your formatting will be for the few cells. So let's say you're presenting a data. So it will be for the few cells which will have the headings, which will have the columns, the filters and all. Not all overall document will be formatted. Mostly use a neutral font which is easily readable. Use a proper font size. For example, keep it 11 or 12 or 14 for that matter, or even 20, but nothing above that unless and until it's a heading. Your heading, you can always have a bold style and a increased font size about 36 or 48. But for the cell, it has to be in a different way. So this is how the cell formatting is done, right?